Doo-doo-doo. Gonna give the usual few minutes as we set everything up. Hope everyone's doing well though. Oh, hello there, Subval. I'm not gonna lie, I've never had anybody show up to one of my streams that fast. Unless they already knew beforehand I was gonna stream. And, well, aside from the other person in chat, hello there, Pidge. How you doing? We're gonna have a bit more of a low-key stream today, in the sense that it's gonna be sitting around and chatting through some albums, and well, not full albums, more so just the songs that some people suggested to me. Hi, Elwin, I love you too. I just woke up from a nap again. Ah, I see. Well, glad to know that you can always wake up to me. But yes, Alwyn is a resident girl fail vampire. A perfect mirror to mine. Resident boy bully vampire. Am I secretly watching this? Well, I'm not gonna tell if you don't. Also, everyone let me know if the audio and everything is okay. Wouldn't want to have a scuffed audio stream in this particular one. Sounds good so far. Okay, I'm in ads, but... Oh, hi, June. Thank you for stopping on by. Just dropping in before I pass out. Well, I hope you have a nice sleep, Al. Holy shit, why are there so many of you here so early on? Well, I'm not complaining. But yeah. Well, I love you too. Let me know when the ads are done. It's telling me that the ads just popped up, so that's interesting. Well, hello, Jokat. Nice to see you here too. I got more ads, of course. Yeah, but yeah, for all those who are not watching ads, you know, the usual of people can either consider dropping a sub or, well, Google alternative methods. I have a feeling they'll be back. I mean, there's only 3 minutes of ads at the top of the hour. I have it like that, so I can just wait at the start of the stream and then not have to finagle around too much. Plus, it gives me a good time to take a break every, like, hour or so. But yeah, and I don't make any money from these ads. Like, pennies at the most. So, if anybody wants to work around them, be my guest. I don't mind. I'm telling you, Daddy Bezos. Well, Jeffrey Bezos doesn't work here anymore. So, ha. Brother got divorced and cashed out. Hello, Mr. Valentine. Hello, Mr. Sadman. Uh, but yeah. It's showing me 10 more seconds of ads, so we'll start after that. Thank you all for coming on by, though. I'm genuinely surprised that so many people. That all being said, hello everyone. Tis me, tis I, your perpetually tired, resident vampire, Vespertine Valentine. Coming at you with our music quote-unquote review, I guess. Stream. Is this the feat reveal stream? No, that's in 2 days, and that will cost you $1,000. Because, you know, I got the goods, but they ain't free. You do get to see my stomach, though, for, like, because I'm usually, it's usually out of frame, but you get full tummy, full midriff. We have the tractor, we must provide the field to plow. That sounds so sexually charged, Elvin. Like, incredibly sexually charged. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but you see it, right? Because, like, I don't know. Yeah. See, even fucking the field was a metaphor for ass. Yes, exactly. Did you guys know that like large tracts of land was apparently a euphemism for big boobies? Because I heard that like last year, and I swear nobody in the last century has ever used that unironically. But yes, I'm getting distracted. God damn it. I'm getting Juned. But yes, music review. First up, I would have had slides for this, but for some fucking reason, they aren't working. So, I mean, as far as for me having ginormous tracts of land, 20,000 points, you'll get to see it. And or money. I'll also do it for money. But yeah. But going on, I think I'll just go one by one through the order of people who had shown me their suggestions. First up, we had Yasuyoshi with Demon Days by Gorillaz. Now, he recommended the songs Kids with Guns, All Alone, and November Has Come. My general thoughts on those songs, going with Kids with Guns first, that was that it had a slow and gradual build-up with an explosive and extremely sonically dense like ending, which some of you may know is like one of my favorite like tropes to employ in music. like Closer from Nine Inch Nails or Say the Name from Clipping. Uh, those ones are like other examples of how I enjoy that, I guess, trope, quote unquote, being used in music. Yes, feel free to sing along to the songs. Next up is All Alone, a high energy banger, like absolute a capital B banger with a really uplifting message of like fighting through your self-doubt, saying fuck it, we ball, and like going for it. I really enjoyed the song, and well, you'll find that I practically enjoyed everything about this album because, you know, it's a classic. November Has Come was, well, you know, rest in power, MF Doom, uh, great legend in the rap game, who was gone too soon. Who, of course, as always, has a mind melding lyrical, like, mastery over, like, the really chilled out beats that Damon Albarn and co. had found out. No, I'm not going to put them in a tier list. This is supposed to be a celebration of music of all kinds, and I am not gonna put them in order of anything, because that might imply some manner of hierarchy of like, oh, I like your taste in music more than that, and while I definitely do, I also just don't want to make anyone feel like what they gave me was unwelcomed. Which is why I also added the caveat that I am not going to look through anything that I don't dislike. Like, if I just dislike it, I'm not going to talk about it. He will not rank his buds/followers. I mean, I am, technically, but, you know, I'm not gonna put it on a tier list. Gorillaz is what my parents would play in the garage at 2 a.m. keep me awake and miserable good times. I mean, can you really be miserable while Gorillaz is playing? I feel like it's always a vibe. Also, how can we form your opinions on these albums if we don't get your take first? Go watch Anthony Fantano. That's what he's for. Um, but yeah. Closing up, well, I'm not closing up technically, but my overall thoughts on Demon Days is that Gorillaz is it finds another hard time, like, escaping the DJ Khaled allegations of being great at having collaborators who steal the show. Oh, hi, Barry. Um, However, that in itself is not a bad thing because Damon Albarn is a beautiful vocalist in himself, a great writer, and the collection of talent, beats, and instrumentals like that he's managing to like put together and just weave into a beautiful tapestry is just mwah, chef's kissed masterpiece of an album. Would highly recommend as like just a staple of 2000 music. Shout out Dare. Shout out Dare, indeed. Also one of my favorite songs off of that album, but, you know, a lot of my songs, or a lot of the songs are my favorite songs off of that album. Next up, and sadly she's not here to experience this, we have Devi Gogo, who recommended Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not by Arctic Monkeys. Okay. The songs she recommended were... Oh, wait, I'm stupid. Not next up. For Gorillaz, for Yoshi in particular, I would highly recommend the Saturation Trilogy by Brockhampton. If you enjoy wacky blend of experimental hip hop and like singing along with a bunch of goofy little people collabing together to like have great synergistic music, you can never go wrong with Brockhampton. Their Saturation Trilogy in particular is what many consider to be their peaks, and what I'd consider to be the most similar to their Gorillaz-esque music. Alright. Now we go to Arctic Monkeys, which Debbie graciously recommended, and then immediate was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for recommending you Arctic Monkeys." Um, the songs she recommended were Riot Van, When the Sun Goes Down, and Perhaps a Vampire is a bit strong, but alright. Riot Van. The first thing I have noted in Riot Van is British in it. Like, Alex Turner's vocals are extremely British, for better or worse, depending on your proclivities. Personally, I was more or less fine with the vocal side of things, and the song, while not entirely my favorite, I thought it expressed a youthful carelessness that was charming in a sense. It portrayed just living out a mellowed out life, doing bullshit with your friends while you're young. And I think it might have fit better as a whole album experience, as a like resting point between more hard hitting songs, or well, as hard hitting as Arctic Monkeys could get. Um, but I liked it for what it was. When the sun goes down, it's that this is more of a story telling type of song where he is describing the red light district near the studio that him and the band I think recorded everything. Honestly, didn't leave that big of an impression on me, but once more I feel like I might have missed out on a greater context for this album by not listening to the full thing and instead just listening to 3 songs. Still, what's there was pretty fun. And like, as a whole album experience, this song in particular didn't really do it for me, but you know, nothing offensive to me either. Perhaps Vampire is a bit strong. This one was a very strong fuck you to anyone that doubted them, especially because they were at a very young period as a band. This was really vocally powerful, but I felt like the instrumentals just didn't catch up to it. Like, it didn't match the energy of the power shown by the vocals and the drums. I feel like the guitar could have gone a bit harder, which ironically for the interlude at the end, it did in fact pick up, and that's what I liked about it. So, you know, it's a up and down, which I more or less expected given my previous experience with Arctic Monkeys. I thought that they're pretty okay. Nothing that really blows my mind, but I entirely see why people like it, and there's definitely songs that I feel like if it was on the radio or like just on in a party and people were playing it, I'd be like, yeah, sure. That's kind of a vibe. All in all, very British album vocally, and pretty accessible punk album for anyone who wants to dip their toes in that genre or into indie rock. My recommendation to her, if she's willing to indulge in some harder British punk, is Joy as an Act of Resistance by Idols. Not exactly the same vibe as Arctic Monkeys, but I think it's fun to... yeah, not exactly the same vibe as Arctic Monkeys, but it's very fun to expand your horizons. The one song that I think I'd recommend, like, off of that album is Don't Fight a Man with a Perm, or what was it, Never Fight a Man with a Perm. If you like that, if you like the vibes of that song, you'll like Idols as a band. Next up, we have Wish Upon a Black Star by Cell Dweller, which was recommended to me by Lily, who is not a fellow VTuber, but is a close friend and fan. The songs that she recommended were Eon, Tainted, and Against the Tide. I don't know how to start with this album, so I'm just gonna read off my notes for like the three songs, so you guys can have an understanding. Eon was incredibly Linkin Park core. Like honestly, it felt like it belonged on a Devil May Cry OST, and I kind of digged it. Like it's stupid, but in the same way where a lot of video game music is stupid, but you still like bang your head to it because you know it's catching a vibe. Yeah, Cell Dweller. Yeah, that makes sense. I see you're familiar. Um, and honestly, it makes even more sense when you realize that he has apparently worked on video game OSTs before. So, hey, if the glove fits. Tainted was more Panic at the Disco to me than Linkin Park. Like, I thought that it was the kind of song that you listen to while drawing your little OC, making a last stand against a horde of nondescript enemies. Like, it's the kind of music that you listen to if you're trying to get inspired to paint or write a certain type of scene, I feel. Because there's no particular through line, I feel. It's more epic battle music that's more suited for, like, a League of Legends, like, ad. Which, actually, no, never mind. League of Legends would never have music that takes this kind of risk. Uh, and lastly, Against the Tide was an absolutely fascinating listen. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I swear I've heard this type of song, like, in a Dark Souls fan music video type of thing. I feel like there is a greater part of, like, the story that's missing because I just listened to three songs and was admittedly an album over an hour long. Though out of the three songs recommended, I genuinely kind of love this one. Like, it's corny, it's bombastic, it's melodramatic, and you know what? Sometimes you need that in life. Also, hi Mushi. Also, like, I am taking albums, not more singular songs. So, get with the program, bitch. But yeah, overall, it was a really interesting musical experience because I've never listened to like an album of songs that's just battle themes essentially. Not to say that like that's a bad thing. Like even though I would have never gone out of my way to listen to this because it has a really stupid fuck ass cover, that would have kind of warded me off. It's a really cinematic experience that's trying to invoke some cosmically larger than life shonen anime. So if you enjoy over the top melodrama, which or like enjoy watching AMVs from early 2010s, then this album might be your jam. For a recommendation, I was completely at a loss because I don't listen to music like this, to be honest. So I thought maybe I'll go for something as equally moody, dark, cinematic, and uh, while I couldn't find anything that could be its equal, I did think that Sing the Sorrow by AFI Friendside was close enough in terms of what someone might want. Goodbye, Elwin. Don't get fired. Or don't die. AFI mentioned. Yes, AFI mentioned indeed. Um, I would say that just if you want a taste of the vibes of the album, then go listen to the opening track, Miseria Cantare. It is so, like, melodramatic, and I kind of dig it. Alright. Um, Next up, which, wow, I'm realizing that I have burst through these way faster than I thought I would. Maybe I should have done 10. Oh well, that's future me to figure out. Next up, we have Dokuro. Hey, you're up. Dokuro Scarmiglione, who recommended Batushka by Liturgia. I believe that's how that's pronounced. I am not familiar with the language. Right. Unlike I unlike the others, this is not. Oh, it's the other way around. Whoops. See, them damn Europeans tripping me up with their names. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Right. Alright. Unlike the other albums, I don't think I can talk about this song by song. Because there's no lyrical content that I personally can break down. And honestly, I'm not musically inclined enough to speak on how, like, I'm not musically inclined to speak on how certain instrumentation is, like, used. Also, thank you for the hydrate, June. I will drink some water right now. Mm. Ah, there we go. Hydrated. Yeah. Bam. Um, I think, and like, I think it's not meant to be experienced in part by part basis because it's all the same song but in different parts. So going on, I think that as a seamless experience, it is instrumentally beautiful, and the vocals themselves are just the perfect blend of what I want in heavier metal music. Because, to give some context, while I really like metal music, I don't like how vocally it just is so overpowering and growly that it kind of just is unpleasant to the ears in a way. Uh, the instrumentations were also, while heavy, they were underlined with enough softness to make that heaviness not be overpowering. So that really sold me on this. Like, out of all the albums suggested, this is definitely, like, well, out of all the albums suggestions that I've been through for now, this is definitely my favorite one. I will, without a doubt, come back to it and listen to it in full. And if anybody here has a passing, like, interest in metal that might not be the usual bands that your dad listens to, definitely check this one out. It's a very interesting experience, and I think that this is what I really wanted out of doing these streams. Because, like, I love sharing music with people. I love just sitting down, listening to their reactions, and having them understand the magic that really connects with me when it comes to music. So having the opportunity to do that with albums like this, yeah, this right here is what you're looking for, brother. Now, as for my recommendation, Dukra might likely know about this already, but Portable of I, or One, I've never figured out the proper title of it yet, by Ne Obliviscaris, would be my recommendation for this. It is probably my favorite death metal, well, not death metal, black metal album. And while it demands a lot of patience, because the songs can average at around 10 minutes, I definitely think that it's worth all the effort required. My recommendation for what song that I think is a good starting point, or, well, not a good starting point, but my favorite, is the self-titled one, Forget Not. It has a really long build-up, but I think it climaxes into something absolutely stunning, and um, I would like to thank my sister for putting me on the band because I would have never found out about them otherwise. So yeah, um, let me know what you think of that one because they're kind of hit or miss depending on the person. Because I've noticed that they have a split fan base or a split reception. Right now, for now, we have the final person, which is Persica with Tainted Shut by Hop Along. The you should review it for real, for real. That listen to the previous album. You know what? You know what? Sure. If, and I do mean if, I reach 200 followers by the end of this year, or earlier, I will review in full Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water by Limp Bizkit. You can clip that. Anyways, I was saying, going back to good music, Painted Shut by Hopalong. The songs that Persica had recommended were The Knock, Horseshoe Crabs, and Sister Cities. The Knock was the opening song of the album, and within the first 5 seconds, I was like, oh, I already love the vocalist for this. It was a delightful, bittersweet story about how people living in their delusions might be happier than you. And while the sentiment is kind of dreary, I can assure you that the energy and passion the song was sung with was absolutely infectious, and you could definitely find yourself singing along to it, not entirely realizing how depressing the content matter might be. Up next, we have Horseshoe Crabs, which is a song from the perspective of another musician, somebody who had unfortunately died in relative obscurity. And here we find the lead singer of Hopalong, Francis Quinlan, like more or less chronicling their tale and doing a pretty good job of it. I've never been familiar with this band at all, and not gonna lie, I really enjoyed how well of a storyteller that the lead singer was. I think it's a solo project too. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely a good listen if you enjoy your more narrative focused albums or narrative focused music. Sister Cities was the ending of the album and probably my favorite instrumentally of all the tracks. The album starts off like really strong and it ends really strong. With a tale of recognizing all the trauma that you might have gone through in your childhood. Or at least that's how I interpreted it. It's honestly, I have nothing but praise for this. While this isn't like a lot of like how do I say this? It's not something that I really connect to. But if you can go 3 for 3 in terms of quality music, I think it's a sign that the album in itself is worth a definite listen. And it's a really neat indie rock album that is just vibing for where life takes you and trucking through it regardless. The right kind of music that you want to like put on when you're feeling down, but you don't really want to dwell on it. You just want to push on through and enjoy life. Or, well, enjoy it as much as you can. Now, for emotionally charged indie rock, I would be a lesser man if I did not recommend you like literally anything Adrian Lenker was tied to. So while I have options aplenty, um, I would have to go with my favorite, Dragon New Worm Mountain. I Believe in You by Big Thief. You'll hardly find anyone better than Adrian and the gang when it comes to putting emotions into music. And uh, in terms of songs, well, Change, Flower of Blood, Simulation Swarm, like there's an endless amount of content of just pure artistry that Adrian Lineker puts into her lyrics and her songwriting ability, and I would definitely, for the general audiences, recommend this as high as possible. My entire music taste has been irreversibly warped by Kesha. See, I mean, that's not a bad thing because Kesha's music is like really diverse. Because you have her party girl era of music, and then you have her more soulful, introspective stuff that she made after like she got released from her label or was free from her label. So hey, like there's a lot of variety in there. Unless you mean specifically the 2010s Kesha era, which, I mean, sometimes party rock is in the house tonight, you know? And we're all just gonna have a good time. But yeah, that ended about way faster than I thought. Any thoughts on this format from you guys? Even for 2010s, Kesha was the highlight. Yes, she was one of the best at what she was doing. This and whatever Mumford and Sons does. I'm not entirely familiar with Mumford and Sons, but you know, that in itself is also a diverse. Party Rockers was Kesha. No, this is just more a joke about that era of music being like similar to LMFAO or Kesha. I will in fact do that in the editing process. And I kind of wanted to do that in the actual process too. But how do I say this? The OBS wasn't allowing me to log into my slides for some reason. So I will probably figure out a different method of showing the images. Whack indeed. Whack indeed. OBS has been playing today. Indeed it has, my dear. Indeed it has. Hey, regardless, if you guys have anything that you would like me to listen to, then there's still my thread in ENVT. There's still my tweet, which, let me see if I can find it. Doo-doo-doo. Source a literal PowerPoint? Probably. But yeah, if you would like to add your own suggestions, feel free to put it down there. I have a few more people that I need to get to, which I'll be doing next week. Hopefully this will be a weekly segment for me, and hopefully it'll be less scuffed the next time around. And honestly, this was a test run for me to see that if I could even, how long it takes me to do these, and 40 minutes for 5 albums, okay, that means that I should probably do around 8 to 10 just to get an hour's worth. But yeah, no, and need more AJJ. Joking, this was a really nice format. Nice to hear. Oh, thanks, Jun. And yeah, no, Jun, if you want to recommend your own music, like, feel free to do it. But I must stress to please, pretty please, follow the format. I love that you guys want to share music with me, but I cannot do this while listening to several other uh songs and bands at once. It has to be one, so I can keep it concise. Actually, in fact, June, didn't I already send you something? I think I did. Yeah, you recommended me. Whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, you did recommend me HHA. I don't know if you listened to what I gave you in return, but hey, hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna submit at least one a week then. Hell yeah, brother, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you can just DM it to me personally then, because I'd imagine that's an easier formatting thing, or like put it in my server. Mm. Alright, now what the fuck do I do now? Hmm. I'm gonna put everywhere at the end of time for next one. Well, if you want me to listen to a day's worth of music, then, like, sure, I'll do that for the right amount of money. Teehee. What can I say? I'm a shill. If you pay me enough, I will practically do everything. No, no, I would legitimately listen to the whole thing live if it meant that, you know, I got paid. Or if, you know, my audience enjoyed it. Entertainment and money is the only thing that drives me. I listen to too much stuff, I can't really do Rex. Okay, Paige, doesn't that mean you exactly can do recommendations? And, like, I don't need stuff that I might like a lot. I just need, or I want stuff that's new to me. So, if you got something that might be new to me, like, send me the album. I'll gladly give it a shot. Because, like, I don't, like, if somebody tries to share music with me, I usually give it its fair shake. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Um, but I'm not gonna ever be like, oh, this is trash. The only times I will ever say that is if you send me Imagine Dragons and expect me to have a positive uh outcome. Sorry to whoever may be an Imagine Dragons fan in my stream. The door's right there. I'm waking up to ash and dust. Honestly, it's like I just have issue with anyone who makes music that sounds like it's made to be in a car commercial. It feels so soulless. And well, I can give you guys an idea of like what I don't like. If you want something of like a frame of reference. Excuse you. Hi Devi, I already went through your album suggestion. Gold by Imagine Dragons. Yeah, sure, sure, sure. The door's right there. Can you guess what I said about Arctic Monkeys, Devi? Because I can repeat myself if you like. Oh, it was fine. I thought it was a fine little tune. Like, personally, it's, as far as British punk goes, I thought that it was pretty accessible, like, pretty inoffensive. And I said that if you would like something that's a little harder in terms of British punk, and also kind of fun, I would said Joy as an Act of Resistance by Idols is a good starting point. Well, Idols in general is a good starting point for British punk, I feel. Or modern British punk. Because them Brits, they really know how to do punk. Got it, boss. But no, if I did not like the album at all, I would not have added it to the segment. Don't worry. I feel like Arctic Monkeys doesn't dive into punk anymore. They're more romantic. Now, definitely there's like a change. But I think the album you recommended to me was their like first album, no? It was their debut. So it makes sense that they were still a little edgier in their younger years. Usually artists tend to mellow out as they age and like make more introspective music or more cutesy type of music. Like, and if they don't do that, then well, there's two paths that you can take while aging while being a musician. You can either be a Danny Brown and mature with your music and realize that you cannot keep rapping about like doing a gallon of drugs, or you can be Eminem and be a dusty, washed up little man. Yeah, I said it. The sex music. Oh, okay. Hey, Chad, what's your favorite sex music? Yes, I am asking that. Come on, give me an answer. Like you're not saying. I see. Cats and Mohawk would see that. Yeah, I see you like going to the rhythm of it. I'm a League player, but Body Paint by Arctic Monkeys would bang. I mean, I guess you could say you'd be banging to it. Huh? Huh? But yeah, no. Honestly, for me, it's probably something like. It depends on the mood. Like, am I trying to be like a freak, or am I trying to be like all intimate and romantic? If I'm trying to be a freak, then I think Closer by 9 Inch Nails. If I'm trying to be all romantic, then let me think. Let me think. Honestly, some like 60s like soul and R&B. You can never go wrong with that. Some Bill Withers, Miles Davis. Like, I guess you can fuck a lot to Frank Sinatra, maybe. I mean, a lot. And I do mean a lot. Of people were probably fucking to Frank Sinatra back in the day. Who up to fucking the Nightwish? Not me. Listen, if a girl, guy, they, them, honestly, I have no preference, brings me to their room, starts playing Nightwish, I'm just gonna jump out the window. Now, if a girl, guy, they, them, or other, like, brought me into their room and started playing something like Birthday Massacre, I know that I'm about to die, but it's gonna be a really fun time. What the fuck am I doing? We're going to hell with this one. Yeah, we are going to hell, but you know what? That's where all the fun people are. Actually, chat, smash or pass. Girl, guy, they them brings you into a room and starts playing Weezer. This is gonna be very telling. Smash. Paige, darling, you need standards for yourself. You're worth more than that. What album? Hold on. I'm gonna look through the discog again. Pinkerton. Sure, let's go with Pinkerton. I may do a soccer game. Foul. You know what? That's fair enough. I'm just trying to stall out from content. Is it because you realize that you've let yourself like get intimately tangled with somebody who would like actually be a Weezer fan? And honestly, if you guys have any other like suggestions for music themed stuff, then hey, let me know. Smash or Pass, Caravan Palace. Caravan Palace is like that's made for fucking. I'm not gonna lie. Smash pounded into wall bang. Oh my god. Caravan Palace Pass. Oh, interesting. Want to explain why, Dokuro? Mm. I'm not into girls. Want to be the 20s again. Okay, okay, brother. I'm always confused how people remember music they don't like. Shouldn't it literally be in one ear and out the other? Do I want to do this? Do I want to play a song that I think is so bad that you will probably remember it for the rest of your life? You take that back, you whore. 100 Gex has never harmed anyone. Hundred Gex is fine. You're just mean. Um, you know what? Instead, I will just link it in chat. And like, you think I care about being called a whore? Okay, you link that back, you half pint little bitch. There you go. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting you where it hurts. I'm calling you short. You're small, tiny, minuscule, microscopic. The last time anyone has ever seen you was when like NASA had to get a super powered like microscope to find you hiding amongst the atoms. There. Does that work? Uh, it's more in Spanish. Peep this. Huh. Well, I mean, if you wanna go off on Devi 2 in Spanish, then I mean, I will sanction it. I mean, hyperpop in general is like kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. You need to be you need to be attuned to like pure idiocy to enjoy hyperpop. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, it's an acquired taste. I'm not gonna like knock on anyone. Okay, okay, actually, since they are going to be releasing a posthumous album in her honor soon, ish, I would highly recommend my favorite hyperpop album, or one of my favorites. Uh, like, fuck, I forgot the full name of it because it's such a long title. Ah, yes, Oils of Every Pearl's Uninsides by Sophie, which rest in power. Specifically, if you want a good entry point, It's Okay to Cry by her is beautiful. Personally, I start with 333 by Blade. Yeah, those are also like easily accessible. Hmm. What other hyperpop albums do I know? Hyperpop albums. Oh, Flamboyant by Dorian Electra. It's another good one. Is Kero Kero Bonito hyperpop? Because they're kind of a mix of hyperpop and like rock. It just becomes a noise to me. Fair enough. I'm not the biggest death metal fan myself either. As mentioned before, I cannot handle super growly vocals in metal music. But I do like appreciate certain things in every genre. Do you want a song to review? Sure, Devi. Let's hit me with it. Hit me with it. Oh, actually, Wall Socket by Underscores. Also a really good hyperpop album. Um, okay, I'm gonna have this playing on my background, and I will give you my live reaction. Why am I? Oh my god, am I turning into a reaction channel now? Oh, ads coming up. Never mind. I'm waiting a little bit. Unless, of course, you would like to subscribe or find alternative methods to avoid the ads. We wait. Oh. Well, you guys can tell me when the ads are done. I'll wait until then, but for now... Actually, let me find a dad joke. Or think of one. Hmm? Alright. Devi, can you hear me? Because if you can hear me, I'll just say it right now. Okay. Hey, Devi, do you want to know how you can make a robot mad? You just keep pushing his buttons. Do you like my jokes? Do you like me? Am I your friend? I love you too, Pookie. Also, how many points do you have? You do a dad joke every, like, stream. Dad jokes are the funniest things in existence. They really are. I love how fucking stupid that they get. $5K, 32... Pidge, what? You want to redeem that for anything? Because you can, like, get everything that I have to offer. I don't have anything. Like, I don't have anything else beyond 20K. Also, ads are done, I believe. Live reaction time to whatever the hell this is. Hmm. Okay, I'm 24 seconds into the song, which I guess I'll share it here. So people can understand what I'm talking. Oh, fucking ads again. Okay, never mind. But yeah, 24 seconds into the song, and it's... Oh, they just started. Lamau. I can wait. Shush, you're not supposed to say that out loud. But yeah, no. It, just, like, find an alternative way if you don't want to see my ads. I legitimately don't care if people, like, bypass my ads. You type out the timer stop? Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, no. I don't think it does, because I've done, like, I've tapped out and the timer still goes. But yeah, for my chat who isn't locked behind ads, how are y'all doing? I hope you're having a nice day. I hope everything's going well. No? Done? Okay. I linked the song above. That is what I'm gonna be listening to. And feel free to join in. I am, Okay. 40 seconds into this song. And I hate it. Thanks. See, normally I wouldn't say that, but it's Debbie, so I will. What? Did you expect me to like that? Go fuck yourself. I'm not now. Later. I love that song. Well, I'm glad you like it, buddy. I'm glad you derive entertainment from something that I cannot. It is truly something that I wish everyone else can do. Uh hmm. Alright. Let's have a poll, I guess. A verbal poll. Should I continue on playing something maybe? Or talking about something, or do I just close it for now? Because, I've done what I wanted to do for today's stream. Betrayal is so bitter. What can I say, man? It's just not my vibe. I don't like fuckboy music. Mm, Da-da-da. What you up to you? Come now. Well, I don't mind keeping it short for today, because I shan't lie. It's so fucking hot. However, I am definitely going to be streaming some Elden Ring tomorrow. And then we have the charity stream on Friday, which I hope everyone has kept up with that. And for those of you who might not know, I will be having a charity stream again on Friday with the lovely Bunny Junie, Pigeon Wishes, Devi Gogo, and Nico from Space, along with additional guests, I believe. I think Elwin can make that day. And, fuck it. Anybody else who wants to join, they can join. Provided that I know them. But yeah, we will be raising money for the Palestinian children's relief. As some of you may know, there is a ongoing genocide happening in Palestine right now. And they need whatever resources they can to help with the starvation, the medical costs, and all the other horrible, horrible atrocities happening. It is a charity that definitely means a lot to me personally, because while my ancestry might not be Palestinian, I do come from, like, parents who lived through a genocide themselves. So, if you can stop on by, if you can share, donate, do anything to help us out, that would be wonderful. And yeah, that's more or less it. Thanks for coming on by for what is gonna be the prototype run. I honestly picked, like, mostly my friends for the people that I reviewed, quote unquote, today, because I knew this was gonna be the most scuffed one, and I didn't want to give people, like, a really shitty introduction. So, next time, I will definitely, like, up the quality a bit more. I'll try to get the images up. I'll try to add some additional context and thoughts. on what I think these albums are doing right. And, well, let's find someone to raid. Do you have any suggestions, chat? Because I have my usual group of goofy little people, but if you guys got anybody that you would like to recommend, then let me know. Is he streaming? Do I know who that person is? I don't think I know who that is. I got no one today. Friend of Nico's, I think. I see. Who among my goofy little people? Oh, in fact, actually, since a lot of you might have missed my early Elden Ring content for the DLC, let me throw you at some other person who is gonna be trying it out.